What was once a 3-day event is now a 2-day event. Welcome, everyone, to Championship Saturday, the Cape Cod Invitational presented by Comparion Insurance Agency. From the great state of Massachusetts, they took off from Falmouth, Mass. yesterday. Early in the morning, they put their lines in the water at 10 o'clock. Had them out at 7. They got to fish for a couple hours when we were off air. And boy, they caught them after hours as well. 6 when we were on air, 5 when we were done, and they picked up this morning at 5 a.m. And boy, have they caught them on this second and final day. It's Sport Fishing Championship, and we're glad you can be a part of it. Of course, everybody is focusing on the season finale, the hunt presented by Exotic. That playoff hunt for the Atlantic looks like this. After 3 of 6 events, that line of demarcation just below the South Florida Sails. Both of those 2 teams doing well at this event as well. Lights Out, Remix, Outcast, Flair, Breakers. They've got some work to do, but there's still time. We're at the halfway point. But this is the 4th stop of 6. Welcome, everybody. Welcome watching on YouTube. I'm Robbie Floyd. This is the band. They call him Peter Miller outside the studio, and I'm going to call you.
Call me Peter Miller.
I'm going to call you my friend. Your kids call you Dad.
No, they actually, he's like, Peter Miller. When I walk in, I'm like, what is happening?
Hey,
it's pretty funny when a 2-year-old says, she's like, Peter Miller. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good.
He's the champ. I'm not. And we'll be joined by Chloe Turner, Rudy Tamarco throughout our 2 shows. At the top of the hour, we'll be on ESPN. One thing about this, we want to ask everybody, please, please, please hit the thumbs up, the like. We want you to be a part of the show.
Subscribe. We want to subscribe. You know, the thumbs up is one thing, but subscribe to the station, and you're going to get a lot of videos, a lot of cool stuff, like shorts, full shows, a little bit of everything. Yeah, we want you to be a part of it. Ask those questions as well. This fishery, very solid. Very, very solid. Very solid. Super solid. And when you watch these guys going out there on day 1 and they put the lines in at 10 a.m., you realize that it's not easy to find the fish always, during the first day. You practice, you run around, the water's shifted, the eddies have moved, the temperature breaks have shifted. So all of a sudden, it's the next day and you have to figure it out once again. And then one boat will hook up and they will take the lead. And you're thinking to yourself, what are we doing wrong? Nighttime comes and you start catching swords and you start seeing bait, squids, and tons of bait going around. And the bite seems to be getting better at night. And I think the guys zeroed in last night while we were off air, and we're going to see a lot of great catches today. Yeah, got to make those adjustments, as Peter had talked about. What do you do on this second and final day? Again, it was supposed to be a 3-day event, but weather's moving in. They canceled tomorrow, so you got to get it done today. We talked to the crews and cast of this event and found out what's on their mind.
Yes, so last night we made a decision to leave where we were at and run down to another canyon called the Beach Canyon, about 60 miles west. And set up there at night, got there, there was a lot of bait, a lot of squids. We caught a couple of swords at night, which was pretty cool, a lot of fun. We dipped in a seahorse. Some flying fish fell into the boat, but we had a good feeling about today, just knowing how much bait was here. Got up in the morning, caught a white pretty quickly. And then I just did some searching, saw another white, and then just Trey landed a nice blue, did a great job with that. Came up with the left teaser and then left short and got her left pitch. So maybe a couple more of them would be in a good spot.
This is Rob. We're day 2 fishing out of Cape Cod. We're in the canyons now. Yesterday we struggled to find the water. We've traveled quite a bit. A lot of teams moving around trying to find some water. Good bites here and there. I think the guys are all west now, so we got to decide whether to move west or still pound this structure. We don't need, we need some whites, but we really need some blue marlins. So we're hopeful for that.
Hey guys, it's Trey from the Outcast, coming in from somewhere out here on the rip. We got lucky, got a couple whites yesterday afternoon. And we got to play with a bunch of tunas last night after lines out. That was good fun. And then got a couple this morning. Just caught a nice dolphin, but still looking for that blue marlin. Hopefully we catch up to him soon. Stay tuned.
No Rivals leaderboard as it sits right now, and things are really starting to happen. Look at that, Peter. Since we've actually, I think, sat in our seats here, East Coast Remix has caught a couple. They're only 100 points, I believe, just outside, or 150 points just outside of 3rd place. That's big for them. Watch as the show progresses, how they move up and down, but really only 50 points. as a singular fish in this tournament. A one white marlin makes all the difference in the world.
That's right. They have 3 hours to fish still, and we have about 32 fish on the board as we sit, and that's pretty good. You know, we started out pretty slow. You know, you got to figure out what you need to do to get to the top, and it seems like everyone's got to figure it out. Now it's a race to see who can finish on top.
Well, yesterday we were off air at 5 p.m. Eastern time, but lines had to be out. The Citizens Lines Out was at 7 p.m., and just before lines out, they were hooked up. They called it in. And look what happened. Look what they run into, the North Carolina Flick.
You got to love that, Robbie. When the fish comes at you, it's eating coming at you. You have to keep it in gear to stay away from the fish, to stay tight. You see that rod bent, and they are just fired up. I mean, 7:13 and that calm water as night's approaching. That's what we always talk about, man. That is what it's all about.
They just had to be hooked up before the Citizens Lines Out, which was 7 o'clock, and then they can fight it to fruition. I mean, they can take an hour if they need to, as long as they have it. They called it in, evidently, what, 6-7 minutes before?
I think it was 6-7.
6-7.
I bet right before, right before Lines Out, which is perfect. Plenty of time before Lines Out, no question there. You see the fish jumping out there, backing on it hard. I mean, that's a great feeling. That's what you want. You know, when we leave the studio and we know the guys are still fishing, we go off air. The first thing I do is get on my phone in the car, get on my computer at the hotel, and we watch. And I watch these guys, and then I get texts and messages from every team because, you know, it's a big family now.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, look at this, look what I caught. You know? It's a great thing, and this is what it's all about.
What was cool is earlier in the day, we did see a blue marlin caught by Lee Albardi of South Florida Sales, so we knew the possibilities were out there. We're seeing it once again on day 2. I love the possibilities because in a world of 100 points, the white marlin, you see a 450 jump in there, you know that you can make up a lot of ground really quickly.
Yep, that's 4.5 white marlin. You know, we're not cutting them in half, so you need 5 white marlin to beat the 450. And there you see it. Had we seen that yesterday, we'd say, oh, it's probably a tuna. But that's a down and dirty blue marlin right there.
Yeah, how often did we see that before we went off air? And you know, they're probably chilling around those yellowfin tuna as well.
Sure. That's the easy meal for a blue marlin. Slurp down a 10, 15, 20 pounder, depending on the size. And when you get up to the Captain Mike King size, you slip down a 90 pounder. You know, no big deal.
David Dressler on the rod and reel there. You see him trying to get this 450-point fish. This is what do we often say? You want to finish the day, you know, with a catch, and you want to pick up on the next day with a catch. That is so huge.
Best feeling in the world.
And what's really important also is they found out, even though they'd already left, went out to their fishing grounds, they found out that they would not be fishing a third day. So it's even more important that you catch, you know, this final fish.
You got to work a little quicker. You got to change your game plan up because you don't have that third day, as you just said, and it's a whole. It like throws a wrench into things in a way, unless you're in the lead. That's you prefer that.
Yeah, you want to.
Pretty work.
Nice. That's on the lure there. I got the background on
little
this
guy too, wasn't it? I mean,
not that little.
Was it?
No, it was probably the 200-pound range.
No, I'm talking about the lure. It looked like it was a small presentation.
Oh, well, they had a little something behind it, I believe. Yeah.
Try to get that skirt if you can.
I mean, you didn't have to have a big bait to catch a big fish or, you know, the bigger points-paying fish. That is a small bait.
Elephants eat peanuts, Robbie.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, Jackson, whenever you're ready, buddy.
The story is they hooked it with about 5 or 6 minutes before lines out. Got on a marlin plug, they grabbed it hard, then went to a squid chain, and then ate the chase bait mackerel.
I love you, man. I love you. Oh, man, what a way to finish the day. Day 1, catching it, I mean, just as Citizens Lines Out, they fought it. They got 450 points and moved them further up the leaderboard. They got a chance at the title.
the ocean calls, only the bold answer. Out here, it's not about cameras, contracts, or crowds. It's about the fight. When the battle begins, you need a boat that's as relentless as you are.
Nice work, Jill. Jill Paglia, boat number 1, executive decision, day 1.
HCB Yachts, the ultimate sport fishing experience. We deliver the dream.
These waters provide for our communities, for our families, for our fish and shrimp and oysters, for nature. Let us then protect them. For all of us, for generations.
The Cape Cod Invitational is sponsored by Comparion, Citizen, official timing partner of SFC, One Water Yacht Group, and by Hook, official jersey and performance apparel partner of SFC. Look who showed up to the set, not in Falmouth, but in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Chloe Turner, welcome, and you got your wand back again.
I sure do. Hey guys, how are y'all doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. We wish we had a man pom-pom, a mom-pom.
They were supposed to come. I got y'all some, but they just weren't. It's next turn.
Gotcha.
I got you guys.
It's like a big eraser in case you make a mistake. You go,
It isn't if you're itchy, you know, just maybe a little powder puff, but yeah.
Sensory, I like it.
Nice, Yeti, there. Doing your social stuff throughout the week and the day. I heard people have been asking you some crazy stuff.
They sure have. And so a little bit later, I can't wait to really dive into those questions because they're pretty good. I guess people are getting more comfortable with the questions that they're asking us. But actually, our very own Peter Miller, you are a man of many talents. I mean, you fish all over the world. You've won so many Telly Awards. But did you guys know that he plays instruments? I mean, you play the djembe.
I do. I studied the djembe in New York City for like 15 years. I took lessons from the West Africans, you know, the West Coast of Guinea, West Africa. And I have like 3 or 4 drums. I probably had 10 over the course. I used to go around the city with it on my back on the electric scooters to drum class.
Really?
Yeah. I was, and one time I hit a pothole and I almost died. But anyway, the drumming was, the drumming and playing for dance class once and with all the African women dancing. Very intimidating, very high speed.
Wow, so I actually uncovered a really incredible video of you. Do you want to see what we found and show the audience?
I'd love to see it. I hope it's all color.
I'm gonna break us in. All right, ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Riviera and Naya Reed has been like home to me. I'm gonna come back, take a vacation here, go out, catch some giant tunas with my buddies on the Marla Sport Fishing team, and you know, just chill. This is the spot to come.
Woo! Thank you guys, thank you. I'm gonna break us in.
And so I actually, the audience is gonna have a treat. Peter, I know that was recently your birthday, so I bought you a present, and I really would love to show you that present now. And so our very own Peter Miller, I mean, I'm hoping, asking at the same time, praying, would you grace us with your musical talent?
Oh boy.
But before, I did not.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, I am very surprised. I've never had anyone give me something like that.
I don't want Robbie.
I'm in shock.
You've got your old SFC drum?
Now wait a minute. I didn't want to leave you out, Robbie.
Oh my goodness, more cowbell.
Here we go.
Did you see this? Did you see what she got me?
Oh, she got you.
So I got you
not a cowbell,
your very
but
own.
close. Here we go. Look
Triangle.
at this.
No,
This
I got
looks
a triangle.
nice.
Dang, I had my cowbell and my triangle wrong.
Tell me when I should
Let's
start
go.
playing. What do you think? Okay. Ooh, sounds like it. Robbie, try this. Robbie, check this out.
Yep.
If I go like this, boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, I want you to go.
I can't do that on my triangle.
Sure you can. You gotta believe in yourself. Come on.
Time for dinner, Pete. Dude, I hope we get a catch alert right now. Yeah.
Let's go. That could be the new catch alert.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You're calling in the fish.
If we hear this, we've got to do. Dude, somebody's catching one right now. Petey, look.
Oh, I could play him right through it. I could play him through that catch.
This is awesome. So South Florida sails with the fish on. We don't know
I guess I must have drummed it up.
Hey, hang on, Peter. We've got a catch alert or a hookup.
You know, I got a fever, and the only prescription is more triangle.
I can't believe I got my triangle and my cowbell confused, but it really. Thank you, Chloe.
Look at that, Chloe. Thank you, Chloe.
Peter.
Wow, that is some game.
And we've got actual
white marlin right there.
We've got a billfish to boot.
We drummed it up for the sails.
It's like we timed it, and we didn't. This is live.
Thanks for not letting me slip my wrist.
Thank you.
Got one more, so.
Thank you for not letting me slip my wrist.
I hope that's not about my drumming.
I think it is.
Oh, no.
I think you rang the dinner bell.
I think we heard our cameraman actually hearing us playing this, and he was ready to commit Harry Carey.
Oh, come on. I think what it meant was they've had more shots, and maybe this shot needed to count.
One Water Yacht Group instant replay. Here's how they hooked. They had already.
Oh, he's already tight there in the corner.
Yeah, you see them making that
the
turn.
long rigger. And he's jumping away, they're making the turn. Everyone's kind of moving things out of the way, and they'll keep the baits out there. You see the tuna birds.
Yeah, I see the birds.
I'm just going to go get him, Lee.
We're in those electric reels come in. Now we just saw what? Green, I think, or something?
I'm always interested in hearing that.
I'll do a half a turn here. Spot's been doing great.
Spot's been doing great.
Water's beautiful.
See, they found a good water. Breaking it down.
Let it go, Weston. Let it. It don't matter. Just bring it in. I'm sorry. You already had it halfway. My bad. Good job, Bob. I know, but you've done the best part you could do. You know what I mean?
They had a 50-point advantage until this fish just put them 150.
You think he's at the slicks up here?
And we saw that release happen as well. So that's big, Peter, because again, that 50-point differential, even if New Jersey Seabirds catch a white marlin, they will not be able to trump them. 150 points leads. Now as you look at the current standings. That's a big fish.
29 whites and 4 blues for the cruise.
Keeping it going, we've already had 4 blue marlin caught. We've talked about one that was caught at the end yesterday. That's 2 of our 4. We'll see more when we return. We'll step aside for just a moment.
Ooh,
Petey with the drums. I don't know, is he Tommy Lee, but for the SFC?
Robbie, try this.
Maybe.
Robbie, check this out. Yeah. If I go like this, boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, I want you to go.
Nice watch. Citizen?
Yeah, Eco Drive. It's powered by light.
Like any light?
Yep.
Headlights?
Yeah.
Sunlight?
Yeah.
What about city lights?
Definitely.
Subway? Neon? Strobe light?
Those two.
Really?
Yeah.
Disco?
Uh-huh.
Underwater?
Yeah.
This light? Spotlight? 10,000 spotlight!
Yeah, any light.
Cool.
Citizen Eco Drive. It is cool. Powered by light for 50 years.
Let me tell you a story about a couple guys who had a dream at a bar.
Are you talking about us?
No, George Washington and the American Revolution.
Oh, wow.
But now that you mention it, we're a lot like them.
We are.
We are America. Every other vodka brand is every other country that's tried to stand up against us.
And attack us.
Iraq, Japan, China.
Afghanistan.
Taliban.
They're there.
Russia, France, England.
They want the smoke.
And we are the smoke. This is an American brand.
If you believe in our country, you believe in Porosos.
In the heart of the Midwest, we don't cut corners. We heat the molds, spin the resin, and trim every edge by hand with pride. No offshore shortcuts. Built by the same calloused hands that clock in before sunrise and stand behind every product. Arms folded, head high. It's not just a cooler. This is Grizzly. Built to work, built to last, built with pride. Grizzly, America's cooler company.
Fans vote now through August 30th to select the rosters who will represent the Atlantic and the Gulf divisions at SFC All-Star Weekend presented by No Rivals in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, October 29th and 30th. Each ballot allows fans to select 2 captains, 2 anglers, 4 mates from each division, and teams will be announced at the conclusion of the regular season. Vote once daily, support your favorites, and build the All-Star team. Looking forward to that.
Good job,
down in South Florida. I know Chloe had her picks yesterday. I said, I can't believe Ray Rocher wasn't one of her picks, and evidently Ray might be a little busy. He wasn't even thrown up for nomination, so that explains why she didn't pick Ray. So he's probably during Flibs. You know, he was working. Makes sense to me, these guys, and even you think about it, we're at the Atlantic right now with the 4th stop of 6, but our Gulf teams, what are they doing? They're fishing tournaments of their own, not part of the SFC, but they're staying, you know, well lubed and prepared for that next stop of the Gulf division.
Well, being well lubed is a good thing, Robbie, because everything needs that type of service. You know, it comes to ball bearings. It goes down to everything, greases and sprays and all those things. You have to have a little bit of everything to keep the motors running.
Got to feel good, got to look good as well.
Speaking of looking good, go ahead and check out, look at Sarah. She looks, I mean, she always looks amazing, but I mean, check out this bedazzled headset. Sarah with the East Coast Remix. I mean, not only is she an amazing mother, amazing angler, but apparently an amazing bedazzler as well. I mean,
somebody went to Hobby Lobby.
A woman of many talents, but for our viewers back home, and here she is live, but like I was saying, for our viewers back home that, you know, might not know what the headsets are for. Peter, we were talking about it earlier before we came on set. Do you mind describing or telling our audience what that's for?
Well, you know, Chloe, it's a great question. We started using them back in 2003, and back then it was kind of like the brick phone, which you'd probably only seen in old movies, but it had a giant antenna, and we had one for the mate and one for the captain. We had Ray Rocher in the tower on our boat, and we had Froggy Cooper, who was our mate, and he'd walk by the lines and catch his antenna on all the lines coming off the rocket launcher when we were kite fishing. But the great thing about it was he would be able to tell you on a 25-knot day when the captain's in the tower, hey, he's right there under the right rigger, pitch a bait right now, 10 feet out, and then you'd get that bite. And it became like a thing. So finally, we had to upgrade, and I called this company, and they sent me a sponsorship deal, and we wound up getting headsets with batteries, the stuff their guys are all using now. But I'm telling you, when it's blowing and we're going up sea and we're looking for tailors coming down sea, sailfish tailing down sea, and the captain just talks normal voice and says, hey, Pete, right now, 30 feet off the right corner. Yeah. Sardine, right now, just right now, there's 10 coming through. They're coming, and they come through so fast. So if you weren't able to do that, you'd miss them all. So you pitch out. It was kind of like, you know, you could almost equate it with sonar right now when these guys are finding the fish, because it was that stealthy in the sense people sitting next to you with no headset, they'd be like, how'd you know to do that? I'm like, oh, I have ways, don't worry, you know, you'd act like, you know, you knew something special, which you did. So that's the advent of the headphones on the boats. You know, all the captains and crews on big yachts, they all use them, but then it became marriage savers because the husband would tell the wife, hey, headset up there, throw the line over there, and it would save marriage.
It's all about communication, just like marriage. Got to have good communication, and that's the case with our team, the New Jersey Seabirds. Great communication, because this morning things went very well to them. Again, they could have their lines in the water at 5 o'clock. This was in the 7 o'clock hour.
Is that Trey Burton?
T-Ray, the old Philly special NFL player for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm told this is his first ever Blue Marlin.
So that would be the case. We've seen him fish with Sport Fishing Championship before. We've seen it at SFC's The Catch. Now we're seeing him with his first catch of the Blue Marlin variety, and that's always so special. We saw it with Brian Kelly last year, now with Trey this year.
Seahorse, bro.
You hear him say the seahorse? That's a lucky seahorse. Some people find them out there, and it's kind of like a little stroke of luck if you can net a beauty. You know?
Is that an old captain?
I mean, it's not that well known, but sometimes you just have a moment where you're like, wait. Sometimes you'll even get a baby sailfish in the sargassum way out there. Lots of squid, lots of bait, flying fish, and if you dip into that sargassum, you may find a seahorse, and sometimes you'll even find a sargassum seahorse, and they look just like sargassum, and they blend in perfectly.
Now, this would be their second fish of the day. Again, they could have lines in the water at 5 a.m. Their first fish was at 5:27. So 2 fish by the 7 o'clock hour, and this being a 450 pointer, that's huge.
That looks like a decent one, too. That is a nice fish, man. You can tell the conditions are changing. It looks like the wind has shifted, and it really allows you to see the wake and the water that marlin is pushing.
You remember what they had yesterday? Remember how many fish they had? You can count them with no hands.
Oh, yeah.
They had nothing yesterday. This is a team that was battling for the lead last year. I mean, handfuls and handfuls of fish. Had nothing on day one. Talk about making adjustments for day 2.
Look at Trey, not even looking up. Consummate pro right there. He is not going to relent because he knows he'll get ribbed for the rest of his life. And he wants his fish badly. Looking at the reel, spreading it out perfectly. Look at that guy to get on.
Those birds trying to get some retreads. They're trying to get some spit up fish.
Better be careful. He might get swatted down into the water with a broken neck.
Sir Lancelot will get him.
I think he heard your drumming, Peter. Look at that fish dance.
I tell you what, doing the cuckoo rhythm.
Last year they were catching triples of white marlin. This single fish is worth more than a triple of white marlin.
We've done the math, Robbie. It's 4.5 white marlin equals 1 blue marlin. So you really need 5 whites to trump the blue. But you see at this time in the morning, I mean, this is, the conditions are on the verge of changing. The wind has shifted. We talked about that barometric pressure changing due to a front coming through. One of the reasons why we are no longer fishing on Sunday due to sustained winds in the 40 knot area, and that becomes a small craft advisory, probably in the 28 to 40 sustained wind area. And man, you don't want to gust. When you're in the 40s sustained and you hit a couple gusts, it's dangerous. You want to get home, especially if you're 150 miles offshore.
They added more people onto the boat this year in expectation of it, similar conditions, similar catching from last year.
And Chloe, you've caught a bunch of fish. I know you've been down in Mexico, and have you fought fish in the chair, or did you do everything on stand-up, or?
So I'm not even gonna lie. When it gets tough, I mean, give me the chair. If it gets tough, I have a bad lower back, but I will try for the most part to do the little pocket thing. But other than that, give me the chair. I'm trying to save my back. I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
She was in a car wreck, so you get a little bit of it.
But I have friends, and I'm sure, Peter, it's just muscle memory where you're using muscles that you don't use every single day. Like for me, I'm not offshore all the time,
right.
And so it's just you get used to using muscles when you fish that you don't use.
What do you think
but
of
I'm
that?
gonna shut up because this is really amazing.
They're trying to get a tag in them right there. Boink.
Cool thing about that tag is your first fish, you can see where that fish goes.
Go birds.
That's awesome. I mean, we didn't have a single blue marlin caught last year in the entire tournament. We've already had 3 up to this point. 450 points.
Built for heat and sun. Designed by experience.
Here it goes.
Battle-tested solutions for the fearless. Enetic. Comfort in chaos.
As a big DIY guy, I thought I could do insurance myself.
The Beast Insurance? Extra protection from beasts, Bigfoots, and Yetis? Did you buy this?
Yeah, I thought I was buying the best insurance, like this insurance is the best.
So we went to Comparion Insurance Agency. Our local agents helped us understand our policy options and found one that fits our needs. And now we do have the best insurance.
And we're ready for Yetis, so win-win.
Don't do insurance yourself. Comparion Insurance Agency.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka, refreshing and goes down smooth. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
To fish like the pros, you got to look like the pros. Visit the SFC shop today to represent your favorite angling club all year long, including the new hats from No Rivals. Find it all available on shop.sportfishingchampionship.com. Love my No Rivals hat. Chloe gave me one from the Carrier Cup yesterday, an extra that she had. I see you got one right there. Who are you repping?
Today, I'm repping East Coast Remix.
East Coast Remix. So you going to bedazzle it like Sarah would?
That's a genius idea. I need to reach out to her. We're going to have a girls' night and do that.
It's not going to look the same, Peter, when we see her before Rhode Island.
You know, a little secret here. Robbie and I are quite the bedazzler, so if you invite us, I'm just saying it might come out pretty good.
Oh, it's on. Peter, I was on Instagram, and I saw you and Mark Nyfield in the wild and with this sailfish mount, and I had so many questions, but do you mind telling us? Yeah, let's go and look at this.
Quick story. So Citizen Watches, Eric Horowitz, sponsor of my show on Charter Waters for 8 years, going on 9. And he's always been into the fishing realm. He's really gotten into it through these years. And then we introduced him to Sport Fishing Championship, to Mark and the team. And now he's become a big sponsor of this team and some of the players on the teams. And he's in New York, Empire State Building. That's where I first met him. They have the 28th, 29th floor, and they have a giant staff. And he caught his first sailfish down there in the Keys during the catch event. So Mark came up with a great idea of having a replica made, and we would bring it to him, present it to him, surprise, in New York. So we both flew up there. We got hotel rooms, dinners, and here's the problem. They don't allow the fish to go into the Empire State Building due to security. So I had to have it shipped to my buddy upstate. He had to take the crates off it, unbox it with his drill, bring it into the city in the back of his car, brings it at midnight the night before there. And I had to put it in my bed in my hotel room just to, let it rest. I slept with a fish, if you know what I mean. And we walked it down the street. I offered people $20. Hey, if you name this fish, here's $20. If you can't name it, sorry, keep on moving. We asked this entire busload of people. Nobody spoke a word of English, and they were like, what? Or they got nervous. And see me, I'm like, hey, $20, $20. They're like, no, we don't, get out of here. And then it finally came up to this one guy, and he's like, black marlin, blue marlin. I said, no. And then, catch alert, there's the bell, ring the bell, Robbie.
I got my bell going. South Carolina Outcasts. They are bowed up. This is not a small fish look, is it, Peter?
This is not a small fish. He's got two hands there. He's holding on to this one. This is a heavier drag. This is not something you're holding with one hand if you got a blue marlin, and I'll tell you that. Let's see this. Let's see it push some water. What do we got here?
One Water Yacht Group bringing us our instant replay. Oh, that's the big. That's a blue.
Yeah, yep. That sure is a blue. That is a nice one, too.
Yeah, he's wearing the beefy tee.
See it chest walking? I call that the chest walk. That's like puffing his chest out like a proud peacock.
Caw-caw!
Do peacocks fly? They do a little bit.
Our YouTube extravaganza doing pretty darn good. Are we going to get a blue, a white, all while we're live on air today? I mean, today's been pretty exceptional.
This really is. And Robbie, as we left the set last night, if you recall, I said, I bet you tomorrow it's going to pick up. We've got a front coming, barometric pressure. Guys are going to zero in. They went out fishing last night after lines out, caught swords. They got into the squid. They got into the seahorses, flying fish everywhere. They caught multiple swords, and even one of our cameramen, Justin Hodge, caught his first sword on the lights out, and it was over 200 pounds. I mean, it was a nice one. I mean, I'm saying 200 because it was across the back of the transom and everybody was there, but it just goes to show you that the guys found some prime water.
And And you often see that in animals in general. But yeah, when you knew that storm was coming through, it's typically a low pressure system and they like to eat. I know my bass fishing buddy's been talking about that in my whole bass fishing television career. It works out in the ocean as well.
Jimmy, did you get that?
He's bowed up. I mean, we saw this a fair amount yesterday, and it was a tuna, you know, but you would see that rod tip just bounce it. Here, we're seeing just a lockdown, but we already saw that that is a blue marlin.
I might need a regular bell.
Need a regular bell.
Yeah. He's just got the cush on right now, and he's thinking, that fish is pretty formidable. Temperatures over there look pretty nice. I think it's the kind of water you want to fish in, I'll tell you that.
Hey, Peter, you see the points as they're at the bottom of your screen. South Carolina Outcast with 400 points. If they able to get this fish on board, then they will jump up considerably. 450 points puts them into third.
But he won't get distracted.
Yeah, puts them in third outright. That's a massive jump.
No pressure.
Yeah, they're fishing in 63, 64 degree weather. And it looks to me like the front is, it's been kind of coming in there from the south with a little easterly component. Southeast.
We're locked up on their picture, seeing what the other teams are doing live out in the Atlantic. We heard Rob Carmichael talk about how they were fishing the canyons now. There are certain areas, certain spots to go to, but you'd said this before when we were off air. He's trying to get away from anybody else. You don't think he's going to be on top because then you're kind of sharing water.
Yeah, when you're behind, you know, on the final day, you got to find your own water. When you're tied with somebody or you're close, you know, you want to be kind of near them in case they really get into it. If you guys are a fish apart, a couple fish apart. But if you're behind, you want to find your own water, and maybe you can capitalize and take it to the hole because it's a kind of do or die situation. But you definitely like to shadow if you're in the lead, if you can. You don't want to make a big move like, hey, we're going to go 100 miles this way, and your competitor catches 10 and you catch none. So you want to kind of stick with them if you can. Pressure-wise, it looks like the pressure, the 1 a.m. This morning was at 30.03, and now it's at 29.9. It goes to 29.8, 29.7 at 10 p.m. tonight.
Getting lower pressure.
And then tomorrow, it goes all the way to 29.7, 29.6.
Yeah, so this is that low pressure system maybe working its way in. Stuart Lackey's got them on a blue marlin. Let's see if they can get it to the boat. Turn that fish into a qualified catch. But right now, we are hooked up with South Carolina Outcast looking for max points. 450 points are on the line.
When the ocean calls, only the bold answer. Out here, it's not about cameras, contracts, or crowds. It's about the fight. When the battle begins, you need a boat that's as relentless as you are.
Nice work, Jill. Jill Paglia, boat number 1, executive decision, day 1.
HCB Yachts, the ultimate sport fishing experience. We deliver the dream.
These waters provide for our communities, for our families, for our fish and shrimp and oysters, for nature. Let us then protect them. For all of us, for generations.
Zane Great Championship playoffs will return to Cabo, and there's no better place to host it than at Corazon Cabo Resort and Spa. Located in the heart of Cabo San Lucas, Corazon Cabo offers incredible views, luxury accommodations, and direct access to one of the best sport fishing destinations in the world. Travel packages begin rolling out this July, so start planning now and join us for an unforgettable championship experience in Cabo. Bring the family out.
That's what Robbie did. You brought the family out last year, and I didn't get a chance to, but this year it's going down, and I'm going to film another show out there. You can't beat the fishing here. If you want to get your reps in, you want to learn how to drop back, you want to fight big fish, this is the spot to go. They've got they got striped marlin, they've got blue marlin, black marlin, they've got nice wahoos, giant mahis, tunas, you name it, they've got it, and you can also catch some big roosters.
Did you get the hookup from cross chartering? Are they going to take your boat across and get it over to Cabo?
I haven't discussed that with them as of yet, but it would be a lot of fun to have it down there. If I brought it down there, I would keep it there probably for 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, cross chartering our boats that want to make that push over to that side of the continent will have the opportunity. Cross chartering, again, one of our sponsors, and I'd like to thank them for all that they do and make things available. I'd like to thank you for all that you do and keeping up with social media things and stuff like that. And I'm sure that people probably hit you up as the Lucky Charms that we were talking about in previous weeks. I think we saw a Lucky Charm earlier today, didn't we?
Speaking of a good luck charm, so the Seabirds, the New Jersey Seabirds, have a new good luck charm. Look at this seahorse. I mean, and apparently when Trey Burton was reeling in his first blue marlin, they caught this seahorse. So I think they should hold on to it, guys. What do you think?
Oh, definitely. When you get a good luck charm like that, I mean, you got to keep it there in a bucket and make sure it has plenty of aeration. And you never know, it could become a good luck charm. And we did see Trey Burton with his first ever blue marlin that next morning. So this was caught last night in the middle of Sargassum. And not only did they have that, but they also had 2 swords. They also had flying fish coming in, and they had a lot of squid. So this was the pièce de résistance. Oh. This is French. And this is a French-kissing seahorse.
And although some people say they're not superstitious, when Trey hooked up with that fish, I think that was Blaine we heard go, "It's a seahorse."
He just quietly said seahorse.
I heard it.
Yeah,
but out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, think about it. You caught this hours earlier, and then they did this.
Let's get back to Outcast here. We got him working on the blue marlin right there, and we've seen it jump. It's a good-sized fish. He's now got the fighting belt on. He went from the rod cush to the fighting belt, and if it goes much longer, I'm sure they'll harness him up. You know, you can see that tackle right there, you know, Robbie and Chloe. This is probably, 30-pound setup, could be 50, but it looks properly matched. If you could put some heat on it, the reels these days, I mean, you could put some nice drag on these reels and be able to get those cranks in. Any crank you can get, we always say it's a game of inches. Pull up, get 1 to 2 cranks. Pull up, get 1 to 2 cranks. But right now, this is kind of a stalemate. You can see the fish is just either laying there or taking line. You see that rod start to bounce, that fish is taken. It's got the headset on, they can communicate. It's kind of like, is he taking line? Yeah, he's creeping off. He knows it's rolling slowly. And when it starts to scream, that's when everyone starts to scream. It's like, oh, I'm losing a lot of line, back now. And a lot of times you'll back off the drag, and sometimes they'll even going forward after the fish, because if you try to back down on it, you may not get that line back. Going forward, you can pull it and wind, pull it and wind. But this fish right now is still moving and grooving.
And thank goodness for those headsets. I mean, it probably limits the amount of screaming, saving marriages.
You're not kidding, yeah. They call it marriage savers, and you just become way more effective. But on a day like today, especially when you're stopped, it's during the bite that's really critical. And when you're backing, that's really when you want to be able to talk. It's right there. Okay, I'm going to give it one more pump in reverse. I want you to run backwards and then run forwards and tip it, which means bringing the leader into the tip of the rod, or the mate can grab it. You got to back up. A lot of people stand there pinned to the gunnel, and the mate can't reach the leader, so you're going to want to back up, but you have to be ready to run forward, because if the fish cuts across and you're behind the launcher, you got to be quick on your feet, which the guys all are. I mean, you know what's happening. You can see the line start to move.
Every second truly counts, sounds like.
Yep, it's a game of inches, and it's a game of seconds. It's a game of thrones. It's a Game Boy.
Hey, Petey, I'm all about the numbers and the stats. You see the Outcast highlighted down on the bottom in 5th place, 400 points. You add the 450 of this fish, there we'd be tied with 3rd, that North Carolina Flare. I always look at the possibilities. The possibilities are 450 at any given time. What if I catch 1? What if I catch 2? Word has it, there was another one. They might have had a double. Let's take a look at what happened earlier. We actually had a little technical issue, but they were doubled up on blue marlin. This could be 900 points in one time.
All right, let's watch what's happening. Throw a bait out. They got the teasers coming in, trying to make the switch. He's right behind the teaser. You see him trying to get a little nibble on that. Oh, that's a really beautiful shot right there. Nice work.
Look at that follow.
Now the bait is coming into position right there, waiting for that bite.
Skipping it.
Bringing it all the way up, huh? There it is. That looked like an eat.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So Peter,
Yeah.
with double hookup, sorry. So Peter, with double hookup, is there a chance that those fish can cross lines and just mess everything
you
up?
got to be very aware. But the fish obviously tried to eat, missed it, and now he's eating it. It looks like he's eating the long bait right there. You can see the angler to the far left. Looks like he ate his bait. Is that Trent? Okay, and then we have the other blue teaser coming in. As you see, we got something going on the left. We got a tight fish there. Let's see, is he tight? Yep, pull and drag.
So we had some technical issues. Our picture froze up, and this is just after that freeze. And are you kidding me? No doubt, that's a blue. So they lost the first one, and this is the one that they actually hooked up with. So they got 450. All right, Pete, I'm getting word from the studio that they do have two fish. They actually have a catch and release, and we lost our signal, so we could not see that release. This is that second fish. This is that perfect possibility where 900 points can hit the scoreboard in a blink of an eye. Now,
okay, so let me get this straight, Robbie. So we got the Outcast you see right there at 400.
Yeah.
This is the Outcast we're looking at. You're saying that was a double header. They had hooked up on the left side. That fish was caught and released. It froze up. We didn't see it. They haven't gotten credit for it yet.
Yes.
So that would
There
be
should be an
850. And now this fish would give them another 450
points.
Where does that put them?
450 for 900 on top of 8 gives them 1,300. It would put them standalone second and only 50 out of the lead.
Ooh, that's a lot of points.
Ooh, that's a lot of points. So, yeah, it's amazing. And we can't show you that release because our telemetry, basically, we lost that signal. So it's up to them to show that when they come back.
We have not seen a double header blue marlin. We've seen them. We've heard about them. We've seen 3 up in the spread. We've seen a giant come up with a female giant come up with a male. The male eats, the female didn't.
Yes.
We've heard all these stories, but we have not seen, and I don't want to jinx this, we haven't seen 2 fish caught out of a double blue marlin yet in the 5 years that we've done this.
Yes, and I think we got to take a break. We want to follow this up. We've got about 10 minutes left on YouTube. If they don't have it in by then, you can still follow us to ESPN Plus. But what a story. Outcast currently in 5th. In theory, they could be tied for 3rd. They may be in 2nd before this is over with.
Nice watch. Citizen?
Yeah, Eco Drive. It's powered by light.
Like any light?
Yep.
Headlights?
Yeah.
Sunlight?
Yeah.
What about city lights?
Definitely.
Subway? Neon? Strobe light?
Those two.
Really?
Yeah.
Disco? Underwater?
Yeah.
This light? Spotlight? 10,000 spotlight!
Yeah, any light.
Cool.
Citizen Eco Drive. It is cool. Powered by light for 50 years.
Let me tell you a story about a couple guys who had a dream at a bar.
Are you talking about us?
No, George Washington and the American Revolution.
Oh, wow.
But now that you mention it, we're a lot like them.
We are.
We are America. Every other vodka brand is every other country that's tried to stand up against us.
And attack us.
Iraq, Japan, China,
Afghanistan,
Taliban,
they're there.
Russia, France, England.
They want the smoke.
And we are the smoke. This is an American brand.
If you believe in our country, you believe in Por Osos.
In the heart of the Midwest, we don't cut corners. We heat the molds, spin the resin, and trim every edge, by hand, with pride. No offshore shortcuts. Built by the same calloused hands that clock in before sunrise and stand behind every product. Arms folded, head high. It's not just a cooler. This is Grizzly. Built to work, built to last, built with pride. Grizzly, America's cooler company.
The Cape Cod Invitational is sponsored by the Nature Conservancy, conserving the land and waters on which all life depends. No Rivals, Guidesley, and by Exotic Outdoors. How about at Cape Cod, that playoff hunt presented by Exotic? Things are getting closer and closer.
Robbie, we are back on the Outcast right there, and we are on number 2, Blue Marlin for the Outcast, right? It looks like they're about to leader it. They caught one right before this on a doubleheader. This would be their second one if they could touch that leader for 450 points.
That's a wrap I saw right there.
And they got the 360 cam going underwater, a little freeze up there, but it looks like they got the touch there.
It is freezing up. We figure they're limited to 150 miles out offshore.
Well, sometimes the receiver is blocked by something, and the cameramen are wearing backpacks. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Again, thank you, Elon Musk and Starlink, for giving us these great pictures. Because without Starlink, this would have been possible back in the day.
You want me to text Elon, tell him you said that?
Yeah. Go ahead and do it.
I'll send you his contact.
He probably lives here in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, what? We've never seen it before. I mean, we've seen a lot of crazy
stuff. We've had them up, and we've heard about them. 2 Blues came in. They faded off. 2 Blues came in, 1-8. We have not seen a doubleheader Blue Marlin catch and release on any boat over the past 5 years. So this would be a first for the SFC on live TV. And I believe they touched it already.
Yeah.
He's got that cranking power going right now, like they've already done. He's about to touch it right now. He's going to swing his left arm in the air like Stevie Wonder shooing a bee out of a tree.
There have been 3 or 4 Blue Marlin caught up to this point. They catch 2 more, and that is a qualified catch. Their second.
Ring your bell, Robbie. That's a bell ringer.
Well, yeah, I'm going to need a cowbell next time, but yeah. Bring the noise, bring the funk.
You can ring my bell.
So we've seen this catch. We see it's a qualified catch. That puts them at 850. There was that tie for third.
We were marking a couple fish on this little rip and thought it was a good mark. Didn't know if it was a white or blue, and pulled up in there, and then we were like, I think it's definitely 2 blues. And one came on the right teaser, threw in the pitch, came off on the pitch, faded back and ate the left long. As we were starting to right back and ate the got the first one in like 30 seconds. The last one was my back's a little tight, but we got him. Let's get another one.
That is great work, man. Robbie, we've got a first right here. 5 years the SFC live, double Blue Marlin, catch and release. 2 Marlin in the spread, as you heard, and the first one was a 30-second fish. It eats, it comes right at the boat, you wind that tip in, and that's what it's all about. And then they wind up fighting the second one for much longer. His back's hurting, his neck, his back. That Marlin is off to the blue yonder. And that's what it's about, man. That's clean living right there. That is some good living.
You said my neck, my back. That was an old Friday term, but instead of $150,000, my neck, my back, $100,000, or 40 in the boat pot.
Well, there you go. There you go. Because if they, when they add those points, they're going to be sitting handedly in second place.
Yeah, right at the lead. I mean, a single white marlin away. And again, everything's officially unofficial. We say that. Now, our cameraman that's on board will feed that footage. If we see that qualified catch, they will. Our IGFTO, Courtney, will have to identify it. And then it will move on, and we'll move up that leaderboard. They had to. It's been a long dry spell for this team. They won the very first event when we went into this Angling Club format last year. Have not won since.
They always surprise us. They always come in strong at some point during the tournament. And we got a cameraman, Jimmy, taking care of business on the boat. And there's some great camera work, getting those crazy jumps, fish coming at him like that.
Stuart Lackey, the captain for this boat, and this total here does not include that second fish, no rivals leaderboard as it sits right now. Look at all of the releases, 34 total billfish, but 5 blue marlin when we didn't have a single blue marlin last year.
Pretty good. Pretty.
To compare it to last year, though, 126 white marlin. There were a lot of fish caught last year.
It was very different.
Yes.
Very different. That was the perfect storm right there, where they had everything lined up, and that is a very rare occurrence. But they're making good use of their time now. They've figured it out. The front is approaching. They're going to have 44 knot sustained winds, gusting even higher.
Yeah, South Carolina Outcast last year had 14 white marlin. They probably got more points. They're about the equivalent of points right now with these couple of fish. What a day, what a jump. And not only white marlin, but blue marlin. You can follow us on ESPN Plus. Make that move to the top of the hour. If we're seeing them now, you know we're going to see them in a bit. We're going to crown a champion today. It's the final day of the Cape Cod Invitational presented by Comparion.
Nice watch. Citizen?
Yeah, Eco Drive. It's powered by light.
Like any light?
Yep.
Headlights?
Yeah.
Sunlight?
Yeah.
What about city lights?
Definitely.
Subway? Neon? Strobe light?
Those two.
Really?
Yeah.
Disco? Underwater?
Yeah.
This light? Spotlight? 10,000 spotlight!
Yeah, any light.
Cool.
Citizen Eco Drive. It is cool. Powered by light for 50 years.
Built for heat and sun. Designed by experience.
There it goes.
Battle-tested solutions for the fearless. Enetic. Comfort in chaos.
As a big DIY guy, I thought I could do insurance myself.
The Beast Insurance? Extra protection from beasts, Bigfoots, and Yetis? Did you buy this?
Yeah, I thought I was buying the best insurance, like this insurance is the best.
So, we went to Comparion Insurance Agency. Our local agents helped us understand our policy options and found one that fits our needs. And now we do have the best insurance.
And we're ready for Yetis, so win-win.
Don't do insurance yourself. Comparion Insurance Agency.
When the ocean calls, only the bold answer. Out here, it's not about cameras, contracts, or crowds. It's about the fight. When the battle begins, you need a boat that's as relentless as you are.
Nice work, Jill. Jill Paglia, boat number 1, executive decision, day 1.
HCB Yachts, the ultimate sport fishing experience. We deliver the dream. This is an official presentation of Sport Fishing Championship.